Were you afraid that baby wouldn't fit when in labor? How bad is the pain from tearing? Would you go back to birth control?
I don't really want to.
Condoms it is.
Matthew.
What's up, dudes?
We are back.
We wanted to do a Q&A about what it's like being parents, because we're new parents, as well as what the birth is like, because that was freaking wild. How bad was the epidural?
How bad was the epidural?
Yeah.
Oh, the epidural was nothing. What really hurts is the contraction I think you have to be having a contraction when they put it in. What hurts is the contractions as you're getting the epidural. I could feel like the numbing shot, and you can feel stuff, but it's really not anything compared to the contractions.
Abby was in so much pain, you guys. Like, she said it was one of the worst pain she's ever felt, having the contractions without the epidural. And once she got the epidural, she was literally on drugs. Like, she felt great. She was so happy. She told me, she's like, Matt, go treat yourself to some food. Like, I'm feeling amazing. She was calling her mom, texting friends. Like, Abby felt great. Are you breastfeeding? Abby is. For a little bit, we were using formula to supplement because
we use that for one feeding.
For like a couple, just because we were worried about our son's weight. The doctors recommended it because we had like a rough day. Yeah, your milk hadn't come in that much. We had like a rough day at the hospital, and then Abby's milk came in like crazy. Like, her breast gotten very engorged. We were like scrambling to call people, asking like, hey, what does Abby do? She's in a ton of pain, and that even led to Abby getting mastitis. So that was also very fun. And you still have mastitis technically right now, don't you?
I'm feeling a lot better. I've been antibiotic. I've been doing a lot of things to like soothe it, remedy it. But yeah.
Okay, how is it to be a young parent? These days people wait until their 30s to have kids.
Well, we don't know what it's like to be in your 30s when you have your first kid.
I think being a young parent's great because we have a lot of energy. We still want to do a lot of things, and I don't think we're gonna let having kids hold us back from traveling, hold us back from like doing all the things we still want to do. How many times do you get up at night to feed him? That's actually changed quite a bit in the past 2 weeks. At first it was non-stop. Griffin was fussing. I would have to get up to soothe him, change his diaper, walk him around, and then like eventually he would feed.
He was just figuring out how to exist.
He just didn't know what it was like to live outside of the womb, right? So that was really tough. But luckily now we have to wake him up to feed.
He's such an angel.
How long did you push for? Abby only pushed for 23 minutes, you guys, which is insane.
I will say, the first time I started pushing, I tried.
Oh, sorry. Is this your smoothie?
You like my smoothie better.
Sorry.
You can have it.
No, it's okay.
It's yours.
I just wanted to try a sip of it.
Have some more sips.
No, I just wanted to sip.
It's okay. Have some more sips.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so I started to push. But then right at that time, Griffin flipped sunny side up, and my doctor was excellent. And she knew that if I tried to continue pushing with him face up, it was gonna be awful. Could have been dangerous. Had me turn to my side with the peanut ball between my legs and kind of like let him switch back over naturally. Then because she made that decision, I only pushed for 23 minutes. Okay, it says, be honest. Did Matt's constant affirmations help you during the birth?
Bro, looking back at the video, I was like, you got this, Abby, you got this, Abby, you were so strong, you were so brave. And I just did that like for like an hour. It was so crazy.
I loved it. I feel like it was so helpful.
I'm glad that it was like very empowering for you. That's what I was trying to like just be your hype man.
Yeah, I just felt like encouraged, and like I just knew you were there and like with me, because otherwise I would have been like more scared probably.
I think looking back at that video, I'm like, I also realized that I was nervous. I was just, yeah, because I mean, it was freaking crazy what was happening.
That was really sweet.
You don't see that every day, you know?
You were nervous?
Yeah, I was nervous. What?
I don't know why that's really sweet.
Well, you're my wife. I was worried about you.
You seemed so calm and collected, like.
Yeah, but like I was also nervous.
We were actually talking about this with Matt's mom. She was like, I would not have liked that. Like, I got annoyed when your dad was like shouting and like encouraging her. She's like, it was just too much for me and Matt. Like, I liked it. It was really helpful for me. I'm sure I would have told you if I didn't like it. I would have been like, shut up.
Did you do placenta encapsulation? No, we thought about it. People that do that, that's awesome, but
maybe I'll do that with a future baby.
I don't know. It was crazy seeing the placenta.
Yeah, that
thing was wild.
One question was something like, did you tear? Yes, I did tear. I tore to a 2nd degree, which I think is very normal.
And Abby got stitches for 40 minutes.
So, and I did get stitches. So what had happened was the doctor stitched me up, and she looked at it and she's like, I hate to say this, Abby, but it's a little crooked and I really want you to heal properly. So I'm gonna take them out and redo them. So I had the stitches in and taken out and then put back in. And unfortunately, the lidocaine that they used to numb the area did not work at all on me. So I don't understand if I have an intolerance to it, and that must be what it was. But I could feel every time the needle went in and out, and when things were getting pulled and tied, like I felt everything at that point. So that was kind of surprising, because I kind of thought that like right after birth, you've done the painful part and there's nothing more really other than just like the healing process.
Yeah.
But that was still like a sharp pain that I was feeling. So I was like, Can I just say also what I did not expect as far as pain goes? I'm going off on a tangent.
No,
I'm sorry.
just keep talking.
I just want people to know this. The feeling of pushing, like what it feels like right before you're about to push, it feels like
your butthole's gonna explode.
in your butthole.
Yeah.
Like not where
I felt so bad for you, because like that just gives me, I hate that.
It feels like you're about to poop out a watermelon, and you can't, and it's like there's no way this is gonna, like your body's like trying to push it out, but then like it's such a weird pressure. How was the first poop after birth? That's what I was gonna talk about next. I was worried about this. I was actually really worried, and you know what? It took some time. First of all, the first pee after birth, I couldn't pee. I think my body was just like, my body just didn't know how to do that, but it'll happen, and it was fine. The poop, they had me on so many. This is really becoming a real and raw Q&A.
This is a very real and raw Q&A.
So real and authentic and raw, Matt. They have you take stool softeners, and that made it, honestly, it was like nothing.
What did you actually need at the hospital? The epidural.
No.
The freaking epidural.
I'm talking about, they're probably talking about what we packed in our hospital bag.
Oh.
But yes, amen to that.
But like just basic toiletries, I would say. You want to bring a pillow, bring an eye mask, because then you can actually like, get some sleep, kind of. That's helpful. We brought a Bluetooth speaker, but really we just played music on our...
machine is good.
Music on our phones was great. That's all we needed. How are you feeling physically?
I'm starting to feel a lot better.
I feel so bad for Abby, you guys, because she literally would just have tons of blood on her like pad and stuff. So I felt awful for you.
Well, you're also bleeding from like stuff that's from inside you, like coming out.
Yeah.
Why do you keep double fisting it like that? Wait, is that a bad thing to say? Oh my gosh, is it actually? I say that all the time.
I'm pretty sure that's
So it says, does he cry a lot? Because I've heard that babies cry more than they sleep.
Yes and no.
I don't think so. He's a very peaceful baby.
I mean, they do cry a lot, but I think our baby's better than most, I think. Because he does sleep like, he can sleep like 3 or 4 hours
and he'll
without
just be
waking up.
content, wide awake.
Yeah.
Just laying there.
But he will
cries
just...
if he has a need. It's his only way to communicate with us.
So that does stink. I wish he could just say like, give me some milk, or like... I don't know.
That was so
like
creepy.
Change my diaper. Some way to communicate other than crying would be great, but we're learning to hear his cries and know what each cry means. From what I understand, when he cries, he's either cold, hungry, his diaper's dirty, or he needs to be burped. What's the other one?
Held. It says, would you go through birth again for a baby? Yes. How did you pick the name Griffin?
We honestly just thought it sounded really cool.
We really like the name because it's like a solid name, but it's also like
unique
because not a lot of people are named Griffin.
But
I know that there's
not weird. It wasn't like some weird word, you know?
Yeah, Griffin Douglas Howard.
Such
it just sounds like
name.
A strong, solid name.
So tough. I want to know what he's gonna be one day. Like what he's gonna do.
I just think he's gonna be so kind. He's such a sweet baby. What has been the easiest part? I feel like we always talk about the hardest parts. What's been the easiest part?
I think the fact that they just sleep so much.
This one says, does it hurt as bad as everyone says to breastfeed? It hurts.
It sucks to see you go through that.
It hurt a lot at first because something you might not necessarily know is that it makes your body have contractions again.
Yeah.
When you're breastfeeding. And I have no idea why that happens, but...
Are you still getting those when you breastfeed now?
No, not at...
Oh, it stopped.
Very mild.
Okay.
But I will say, I've been using a nipple shield still to kind of like help with latching and also help with the pain, and it has made it so much better. I was like bleeding before, and now it's like my nipples are just becoming resilient. Has your belly gone down a lot?
Oh my gosh, guys, Abby looks like back to normal.
I don't look back to normal.
Dude, your belly's gone. It's just gone, boom, like it's crazy.
And it's crazy how fast your body changes afterwards. Obviously, there's a ton of swelling and like loose skin now, stretch marks. My body is definitely not what it was. I don't fit in my same clothes. Along some of the same lines, it says body image hard after pregnancy. Honestly, I don't feel like right now, I feel like obviously my body looks so different and I'm like kind of like shocked when I look in the mirror, but it's kind of like I just like care a lot less about that and more like about like what my body's done for me, which is like I wish I would have been that way during pregnancy. Now I'm like I feel that way as a mom. How has postpartum care been? Best products. I will tell you, the Freedom Moms product, they are not overhyped. They are amazing. I really recommend Tux cooling pads, I think is what they are. Those were amazing. Both of those. The Freedom Moms, the foam, and the little disposable underwears. Amazing. Has Griffin affected your relationship with Matt, positively or negatively?
Ooh, that's a good question. This sounds super lame. This is a very lame answer, but I would say both. Like it's brought good things and bad things. Oh crap, our camera's overheating. Back to the question.
Talking about how having a kid has ruined our marriage.
No, what? No, it's not. It has not ruined our marriage.
I was gonna say it's really positively.
It's enhanced our marriage and hurt our marriage at the same time.
How has it hurt our marriage?
Okay, not hurt our marriage, but it's made it more difficult. Okay, so like for instance, to have quality time together is harder now because we have a whole other human that's a part of this family and needs our love and attention.
Cool. And I also think it's really enhanced our teamwork. Our teamwork has just definitely improved since becoming parents because we're working together, keeping this little man alive and happy.
Yes. And
filling in for each other where we can.
Yes. Were you afraid that baby wouldn't fit when in labor? I honestly did not think that Abby was going to be able to have our baby vaginally. I thought that there would have to be an emergency C-section because I just didn't see how.
Why are you thinking like that?
I just thought our baby was going to be so big, and you're such a little woman. I was like fingers crossed, hoping it would all work out.
But he wasn't like massive.
I was trusting your OB, but that at the same time, I'm like, dude, if this baby's like 9-10 pounds, I don't know how the crap you're going to be able to push this guy out.
He had a bigger head than others.
Yeah, and he did get stuck. I got pushed out of the way during the delivery. I actually want to say, did he get like a hairline fracture to his shoulder, which they don't even do surgery for that. Babies are just so new and fresh that they can heal themselves super fast. How bad is the pain from tearing?
From tearing?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what recovery would feel like without tearing.
That's true, because your reality is you tore and you had a 2nd-degree tear, so it's not like you have anything to compare that to.
I will say, it's amazing how fast your body kind of like starts to recover from things. I mean, after birth, if this tells you anything, the only thing they give you really is like Tylenol.
Next question, why were you guys in the hospital for 4 days? Technically, we weren't there for like 4 full days.
So Saturday evening was when I started being induced, but he wasn't born until Sunday night. And I was in labor for like a little over 24 hours.
And then we spent all day Monday and then left Tuesday morning.
And then left Tuesday morning. So it was like a normal amount of time in the hospital.
Yeah. How did it feel once you went home with your first child? I felt like we weren't qualified to take care of a little human ourselves, to be honest, because that's a huge responsibility. It's an incredible, massive responsibility, but now it feels a lot more.
We were faking it, like we were like in the house, like we get to rent this baby.
And it still feels weird in public when we're like walking around with our stroller. Am I really a dad? Like, is this really my son? Wild. Would you go back to birth control?
I don't really want to.
Condoms it is.
Matthew.
How is your mental health? I mean, to be honest, there's been some hard days.
How's your mental health?
I think we both had some like tough days for sure.
I mean, it's like the craziest transition.
Yeah.
Like you go all of a sudden from 2 people to 3 people, and the third person's extremely needy. Massive hormonal shifts in me that you're dealing with me and the baby. Like and you're taking on a lot of responsibilities.
I think the hardest thing for me mentally was the first week. There were some nights where I just like did not sleep at all, and to try to keep moving forward after that was incredibly challenging. It was like depressing. Like, how can I go about my life in a normal way when I'm this tired? And there's no like backing out, right? Like you have to keep going. And so that was really hard. And it also made me have tremendous respect for single parents, single moms. Yes. Like, I don't know how they do this. That is insane. And Abby and I have each other, and we've also had family come and help. So that's been a huge blessing. Well, dudes, we love you so much. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't hit the like button, do that right now. And subscribe. We really appreciate it. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, 3, 2, 1. Peace out, dudes.